Hey everybody, I'm John.
I'm Dom.
It is Thursday.
What can I do for you?
Not you, Siri.
Damn Siri.
Tomorrow's the premiere of The Mandalorian Season 2.
I'm excited.
Me too. Saturday's Halloween. I don't know. I'm excited for that, I guess. We'll see what trick-or-treating looks like. But it's time, guys. It is time to talk about Final Order Cutoff. And boy, is this one a doozy. You'll see once we get into it. So Final Order Cutoff is something that we as a comic book store do every single week. It is our last chance to adjust our order numbers before the books actually ship out to us, which is important because if you don't tell us what you would like to order, then how are we going to know what you would like us to order for you? You know, we guess, basically. It's all educated guessing. We look at how many copies we ordered of a book. We look at how many copies we have allocated to subscribers. We look at how many copies go on the rack. And then we look at sell-through for each one of those things for every single book to kind of narrow that target down to figure out what's an acceptable amount of comics to keep on the shelf while also keeping everybody happy and satisfied.
Impossible.
And it is impossible, as we saw with Last Ronin this week. But anyway, that's why FOC is so important. It's important for you guys to pay attention. It's important for you guys to know about how the process works, so that we want to be transparent with you and how the books show up from Diamond to us, how they get in your hold slot, ultimately for you to take home and read and enjoy. And so the stuff that we're talking about this week is all going to be, where's my post? Right here. It's on FOC for DC product. It's on FOC Sunday, November 1st. Requests are due into the store via Facebook Messenger, email. You can call the shop. You can come down to the store. We'll write it on the pad by 11 a.m. on Sunday, November 1st, or 7 p.m. October 31st. If you're an in-store customer, if you're coming into the store, picking up your pull, want to adjust things. We'll write it down on our fancy, super high-tech notepad that I then grab Sunday at some point to take home and do FOC for DC. Everything else that we're going to talk about is on FOC Monday, November 2nd. Most titles are in stores either November 25th. We're talking about the week of Thanksgiving here, or December 2nd. So November 25th, December 2nd for in-store date. And let us know for anything else that's not DC what you would like to order by Monday, November 2nd at 11 a.m. It's already going to be November.
Already.
What is going on with the world now? Okay, the way this show works, we're going to show you some stuff that we want to highlight, that we want to talk about. We're going to show you some second prints. We're going to show you some number 2s that are always under ordered. If you see anything during this show that you would like to order or you'd like to subscribe to, please comment sub with the title. We will make, we'll get that all situated for you regarding your hold slot. We'll get it all set aside. If you don't want to commit to the next ongoing issues for that book, you can just comment pull with the copy that you would like to order. If there's different covers, you can select your cover. So if you're just wanting to pull a copy and not commit to anything beyond that one issue, title, cover, quantity. Because believe it or not, we've actually had a lot of people who have been taking us up on, ordering for incentives. If you really want a 1 in 25 for some book that we're going to talk about, let us know. We will walk you through the steps to do that. It requires you committing to purchasing 25 copies of that book, but you then get the incentive, the ratio incentive variant at cover price, and we'll cut you a deal on the 25 copies that you have to buy. So that's how it works. Sub if you would like to add it to your hold slot so you don't miss out on an issue. Pull if you would just like one or multiple copies of a book. Those are the two terms that we want you to use. All right. So up first from Dark Horse this week, we have Witcher, The Fading Memories, number 1 of 4, little 4-issue miniseries. Geralt of Rivia has become impoverished and dejected since monster threats have seemingly vanished. Times have always been hard for Witchers, but without continual work, his situation has worsened. As Geralt explores new possibilities for his life, he receives a request from the mayor of Towitz, a small town where children are being kidnapped by foglets. I don't know what those are.
What's a foglet?
No clue.
Foggy bears?
But something feels off waka waka about this new threat. The main cover over here on my side is by Evan Kegel, and you will know, if you notice, Kegels?
Eagle muscles?
Do your stretches. The bottom right hand corner of that features the local comic shop day logo, which is really cool. A lot of the publishers, since stores still can't have gatherings or events or things like that, local comic shop day is it's positioning itself to be something a little different this year. And the organizers, the Comics Pro people who are behind local comic book shop day, basically said, you know, there's no limits, there's no one per store, you can take pre-orders, you can pre-sell, you can do all of this stuff. So if you notice, I think it was last week sometime, I made a post about some of the Dune, Boom Studios books, and The Witcher from Dark Horse, and Marvel's got a book that we're going to talk about a little later also. All of those things are open to order. So all you have to do is tell me that you would like a copy of Witcher #1. It's going to be this book right here. It's going to have the local comic shop day logo in the bottom right corner there, and boom, there you go. It's pretty cool. The variant cover that's over there on Dom's side is also by Evan Kegel. So 2 options for you. 4-issue miniseries, The Witcher: Fading Memories. Okay, here we go.
2 down, 93 to go.
That's right. From DC this week, in stores December 2nd, we have Batman Catwoman #1 of 12. At last, Tom King returns to the rocky romantic saga of Batman and Catwoman with his Heroes in Crisis collaborator, superstar artist Clay Mann. Echoing plot points from King's epic Batman run, this sweeping tale is told across 3 timelines. The past, when the Bat and the Cat first fell in love. The present, where their union is threatened by one of Batman's lost loves. And the future, where the couple have a happy life and legacy, including their daughter Helena, the Batwoman. As the story begins, after a long marriage, Bruce Wayne passes away, which frees Selina Kyle to settle an old score. At every stage of their relationship, Bruce and Selina have an unwelcome chaperone, the Joker. Oh, and that lost love of Bruce's, it's Andrea Beaumont, a.k.a. the Phantasm, from the original Mask of the Phantasm animated series. Just thought you'd want to know that. The main cover right there on my side is by Mr. Clay Mann. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Jim Lee. We also have a variant cover, cover C, down here by Travis Charest. So those are all open to order covers. Now, for the first time, we haven't talked about this, but we are again participating in the team variants, and this time we have secured all 3 of them. So the one that's over there on Dom's side is the team variant by Jen Bartel. If you bump down a level, we've got the team variant on my side right here by Gabriel Del Otto, and on Dom's side there is the team variant by Mr. Bruce Timm. So those 3 covers, the Bartel, the Del Otto, and the Bruce Timm, we are going to sell here at the store for $12 a piece because they are a premium. We had to jump through hoops to be able to get them. Or you can purchase a package of all 3 of those covers, the Bartel, the Del Otto, and the Bruce Timm, for $30 for the trio. So instead of 12, it drops it down to $10. So you got 6 options. Cover A, B, C, there's also a blank cover, but I didn't have an image for that. And then we've got the 3 team variants. So you've got Clay Mann, you've got Jim Lee, and Travis Charest that are open to order, just cover price. Or you can jump in on the team variants by Jen Bartel, Del Otto, and Bruce Timm. $12 a piece for each one of those, or you can get all 3 of them as a set for $30.
You notice in the Bruce Timm, she has the big ring?
Yes. It's awesome. It's good stuff, man. So that is Batman Catwoman. From the world of death metal this week comes Death Metal Multiverse Who Laughs. Ha ha ha. Just another one-shot tying into the death metal series. The DC Multiverse is a collection of alternate reality worlds where anything is possible. Each world tells the tale of a possible split in reality or shows how lives vary depending on a single solitary decision. But now that the multiverse has been destroyed, the Batman Who Laughs has used his godlike power to create a new dark multiverse. A collection of 52 evil worlds, each more terrifying than the last. This one-shot offers the curious and the brave a glimpse into the nightmare realities that the Batman Who Laughs has created in tales by creators who know what it means to have a truly twisted sense of misfit humor. An Arkham Asylum even more terrifying than we know? A world of evil super pets? All that and more in these new tales of the multiverse Who Laughs. Just a one-shot, $5.99. There you go. There's the zombified super pets on the cover right there, including Crypto and Streaky and the Bat Cow and Ace the Bat Hound. So just a one-shot, $5.99. All right. From DC, we also have two kids original graphic novel. Well, one kids and one teen original graphic novel. First up, you've got Flash Facts. Have you ever wondered what's at the bottom of the sea, or why polar ice melts, or which tools forensic scientists use to solve a crime? Well, look no further. Everyone's favorite Scarlet Speedster is here to answer all your burning questions. Barry Allen, with the help of some of his close friends, will take readers on an exciting journey that examines everything from the vast expanse of our galaxy to the smallest living organism known to man. Curated by award-winning actress and author Mayim Bialik. That's Blossom, or Amy Farrah Fowler from Big Bang Theory, who is also a PhD doctor and neurosurgeon. And features stories created by an all-star cast of writers and illustrators. In this anthology aligns with next-generation science standards and provides a helpful bridge between the lessons taught inside the classroom and our everyday lives. I think that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
160 pages, $9.99. There you go. In the teen category this week, we have Nubia, which is also an original graphic novel. Nubia has always been a little bit different. As a baby, she showcased Amazon-like strength by pushing over a tree to rescue her neighbor's cat. But despite her having similar abilities, the world has no problem telling her that she's no Wonder Woman. And even if she were, they wouldn't want her. Every time she comes to the rescue, she's reminded of how people see her, as a threat. Her moms do their best to keep her safe, but Nubia can't deny the fire within her, even if she's a little awkward about it sometimes. Even if it means people assume the worst. When Nubia's best friend Quisha, I think, is threatened by a boy who thinks he owns the town, Nubia will risk it all, her safety, her home, and her crush on that cute kid in English class, to become the hero society tells her she isn't. From the witty and powerful voice behind A Blade So Black, and with endearing and expressive art by Robin Smith, comes a vital story for today about equality, identity, and kicking it with your squad.
Wow.
208 pages, $16.99. The Nubia original graphic novel from the folks at DC.
90s call, they want their kicking it back.
Kicking it. Kicking it with your squad. Next from DC on FOC this week, we have another chapter in the Tales from the Dark Multiverse one-shots. This time we're focusing on Wonder Woman and War of the Gods. The realms of the gods have been turned upside down and inside out, on the verge of engulfing Earth and its people. Only one hero stands to defend it. Wonder Woman, of course. But that is another world and another story. Behold the mirror image of this tale taking place in the dark multiverse, with a Wonder Woman who is ready to destroy it all. Cursed by the evil goddess of magic, Hecate, our beloved Diana has become a weapon of vengeance, ready to tear down any god or superhero that stands in her way. Will Earth and its heroes survive her might, or are they doomed to worship the dark princess of the Amazons for the rest of eternity? Just a one-shot for this one, Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Wonder Woman, War of the Gods, and I believe that it is $6.99. Finally, from DC this week, we have Wonder Woman number 767. The final battle between Maxwell Lord and Wonder Woman is here, and it's winner-take-all in the war-torn nation of Vlatava. This rivalry has spanned many years and many timelines, but Diana of Themyscira has a thing or two to say to her adversary. No more! This will be a fight for the ages. We've seen the art, so we know. I haven't. That's the editorial staff at DC that's speaking to you. Plus, don't miss the return of Liar Liar. Main cover, not the Jim Carrey movie. Main cover on my side is by David Marquez. The variant cover on Dom's side is by the incomparable Mr. Josh Middleton. Wonder Woman 767. All right, from IDW this week, we have the Comic Book History of Animation #1 of 5. The team behind IDW's Comic Book History of Comic Books returns with a brand new series. From Aardman to Zoetrope, Disney to Miyazaki, Hanna-Barbera to Pixar, and everything in between. The perfect companion piece to the Comic Book History of Comics. The Comic Book History of Animation focuses on the filmmakers and beloved characters of the past century and a half, and is essential for fans of the medium and toon newbies alike. Cover A and B right there on your screen are both by Ryan Dunleavy, who is the interior artist on the book. So something kind of fun, kind of different.
I like the Disney drawing.
Yes. Yeah, me too. All right, next from IDW comes TMNT Best of Donatello #1, which is also just a one-shot. Raphael came out, I think it was last month. This next in a series of reprints that showcase the best stories of your favorite TMNT characters, featuring tales from different publishers. This issue showcases the ever-intelligent Donatello. At almost 100 pages, this story has the Brainiac Mutant Turtle, has all the Brainiac Mutant Turtle you could ask for. $5.99, TMNT Best of Donatello. Finally, from IDW this week comes Usagi Yojimbo Wanderer's Road #1. The next chapter of classic Usagi stories begins newly colored. Usagi begins his adventures in earnest with the quintessential tale, The Tower, wherein he gets himself into a very precarious predicament, all thanks to a mischievous lizard, with a new cover by the oh-so-hot Peach Momoko. I think there are 4 covers by her on FOC this week, if you're paying attention.
Notice she's been killing it.
It's going to be not for long because she signed the exclusivity deal with Marvel, so
Right.
there's going to be no IDW, there's going to be no Dynamite, no Boom, none of that stuff. From Image this week comes Philadelphia #10, Burn Baby Burn Part 4. The second arc of the critically acclaimed series continues from Rodney Barnes, the writer behind such hit shows as Marvel's Runaways and stars American Gods, and Jason Sean Alexander, the artist who redefined Spawn, comes the next thrilling chapter of this best-selling vampire saga. Jupiter puts a chilling new plan into action to advance their vampire legion, and it may mean doom for our hero, Jimmy Sangster. Meanwhile, Abigail takes greater measures to ensure that the city of Philadelphia burns in chaos and mayhem. The reason that I pointed this out, the A cover is by Jason Sean Alexander. The B cover, though, is by J. Scott Campbell. Not a typical... Yeah, totally. I mean...
I noticed I saw a signature.
Right? So I had to call that one out because I'm sure there are a lot of Campbell fans that will want to pre-order that one.
Like it doesn't look like the other ones.
Right.
I want it.
It's definitely, though, a departure from his normal.
Yes.
Probably because she's got kind of a vampire face. But Philadelphia #10, cover A, Jason Sean Alexander. Cover B, J. Scott Campbell. Next from Image, we have Monstrous Talk Stories #1 of 2. A little 2-issue miniseries bridging the gap between the 5th and 6th story arc, which will resume in January of 2021. Monstrous returns with Talk Stories, a limited series that invites you to eat dumplings beside the fire and listen as Kippa recounts a defining moment from her childhood. That is Kippa on the cover right there. One of the familiars, or it's not really a familiar, but one of the characters that makes friends with the main character in the series. Covered by Sana Takeda. If you're subscribed to Monstrous, we're going to auto-subscribe you to Monstrous Talk Stories. If you're new to Monstrous, this is a great point to jump in, and then you can catch up on all of the trade paperbacks that we still have in stock. Next from Image comes the Reckless original graphic novel hardcover by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. sex, drugs, and murder in 1980s Los Angeles, and the best new twist on paperback pulp heroes since The Punisher or Jack Reacher. Brubaker and Phillips, the modern masters of crime noir, bring us the last thing anyone expected from them, a good guy. In a bold new series of original graphic novels with 3 books releasing over the next year, each full-length story that stands on its own. Meet Ethan Reckless. Your trouble is his business for the right price. But when a fugitive from his student radical days reaches out for help, Ethan must face the only thing he fears, his own past. 144 pages, $24.99, the Reckless hardcover from Brubaker and Phillips. Okay? Next from Image this week comes Spawn number 312. 311 is still out here on the racks, you guys. What's that?
Comics cover, huh?
Yes.
Spider-Man.
That's right.
700.
This is Cult of Omega Part 2 of 3. Spawn needs help, and the only hero who can be of use is another Spawn. In this case, that is the Jim Downing Spawn, the man who once wore the same symbiote costume as Al Simmons himself. Together they invade an island that is home to the newest threat to humanity, the villainous Omega Spawn. Main cover on my side right there is by Francesco Mattina. The B variant is Todd McFarlane doing a parody cover of ASM 700, which is pretty cool, featuring everybody who's ever worked on Spawn in the building skyline over there. There is also a C cover by somebody with the name of Tauntaun Revolver, which sounds awesome.
I think they're making up these names now so they can get big.
I think I might change my name to
Tauntaun.
Bantha
Fodder.
Bantha Poodoo. There is so the C cover we don't have an image for. I also want to take a second because it has been announced. We don't have the cover images yet, but Image is going to also be participating in local comic shop day with 4 offerings this year. One of those is an Ice Cream Man number 20 variant cover, another Dr. Seuss homage. There's an Invincible number 1 gold foil variant that's going to be available for local comic shop day. Monstrous Talk Stories number 1 is going to have a gold foil exclusive for local comic shop day. And Spawn is going to have an E-cover available for local comic shop day that is also by Mr. Todd McFarlane. But again, I have images for Ice Cream Man. I don't have any images for the other 3. As soon as I do, I will make a post about it so that you guys can get your orders in. But that is Spawn 312. There you go. Okay, here we go. Here's Marvel. I need to do some jaw exercises because it's gonna be a long one, kids. Okay, this week on FOC we see the start of all of the nullified variants to celebrate King in Black coming out, which we'll talk about here in just a second. Damn near every book that Marvel is going to be publishing is going to have a nullified variant where the main character is made to look like Null from the Venom saga. We're going to start that off with Black Widow. So here we go. Black Widow number 4, What Lies Beneath. The plan to take the Black Widow off the table unravels as the Black Widow inside Natasha continues to wake. But Natasha has more to lose now than ever before, and the choices she makes will define her life forever. As for her enemies that have joined against her, they have badly underestimated her, which is, of course, a fatal error. Main cover by Adam Hughes, channeling his lady killer vibe right there. The Marvel Cinematic Universe variant on Dom's side is by Patrick Brown. And then here's the first one, kids. This is the nullified Black Widow variant by Scan Suraswan. The first of, I think there are 19 of them in total. You're going to see at least one more. There are 2 that I don't have images for, but we'll talk about those here in a second. So if you want all of the nullified variants, you got to let us know now, because the first, like I said, the first 4 are going to be on FOC this Monday. Next from Marvel, we have Marvel Snapshots Civil War number 1, just a one-shot like all the others before it. In the heart of the Civil War event, a human story unfolds. A S.H.I.E.L.D. agent doing his best to do the job with honor, but is that possible anymore? A young low-level superhero trying to help his neighbors, but that's not even legal anymore. The 2 come together in a story that'll test their commitment, ideals, hopes, and dreams. by Hugo Award-winning writer Saladin Ahmed, who's, of course, been on Miles Morales' Spider-Man and Magnificent Ms. Marvel, and artist Ryan Kelly from Lucifer and Strange Things, featuring Captain America, Giant Man, Maria Hill, and more. Main cover is by Alex Ross. There's also a variant cover by Ryan Kelly, but we don't have that one available. $4.99, just a one-shot. Marvel Snapshots Civil War #1. Okay? Here we go. Next from Marvel comes Daredevil #25. A new story arc called Doing Time starts here. After a landmark year that put Daredevil through the ringer, this December, Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto are dropping the Man Without Fear into familiar territory, behind bars. But there are no conspiracies against Daredevil to be found here, just the truth that his actions led to a man's death. Oops. Faced with the reality and consequences of his actions, will Daredevil have the stomach to serve his term? Worse still, facing down a prison's worth of criminals that he helped put away, will he survive it? Main cover right there on your screen is by Marco Cicchetto, who's the interior artist on the book. There is a nullified variant for Daredevil 25 by Jerome Opeña, which I don't have the cover for. So that's over there in the blank side that's by Dom. But that's two. Black Widow and Daredevil, just so we can all keep track. Here's the one that gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't want to look at it. Next from Marvel this week comes Fantastic Four Road Trip #1. This is just a one-shot. The FF have earned some much-needed time away from the job, and Reed has planned a, well, fantastic old-fashioned family vacation. They're going to Wally World, to the Grand Canyon for some good rest, relaxation, and team bonding time. But Reed's manic mind can't quite disengage, and soon an obsessive side experiment he brought with him has all of them experiencing gruesome and terrifying side effects from his strange specimens. You see, scientists just can't leave well enough alone. You know, just take a break, man. Just go to the Grand Canyon.
That's not even the gross one.
I know. As everyone's bodies begin to horribly go awry on a cellular level, it's a race to solve their lethal affliction, all while stuck in a remote Arizona cabin with no help for miles. Sounds like the Evil Dead. $4.99 for this one-shot. The main cover right there is by Valerio John Giordano. It's kind of creepy. I really dig the B cover, which is by Mike Del Mundo with an Invisible Woman model kit. But the C cover, man, I don't like it. I don't want to look at it. The C cover is by David Nakayama with, Thing taking one of his rock pieces off and his arm just dripping with blood. It's cool, but it just gives me the willies, man. So just a one-shot, Fantastic Four Road Trip #1, $4.99, okay? I am excited about this next book. Next from Marvel, we have... You might have remembered that they did a series, I think it was in September, where they had Heroes at Home variants, which were just little 9-panel comics on the cover of the book that featured different characters staying at home while they were in quarantine. Well, now we have a one-shot with a price of $9.99. Being stuck inside isn't easy for anyone, even superheroes. See how your favorite Marvel characters have coped being cooped up with heroes at home. See how Spider-Man, Hulk, Captain Marvel, Wolverine, Black Panther, and Captain America do in quarantine. Let Marvel make you smile, courtesy of artists Gurahuru, I can't ever say that name right, and writer Zeb Wells' Sunday Funnies. Main cover is by Gurahuru, and the variant cover on Dom's side is by Ron Lim. These are both 32 pages, $9.99. Based on the image, I think that they're going to be
compilation,
a square-bound, smaller than a normal comic book thing. I don't know. They're not a lot of pages.
Well, they're normally 9-panel, aren't they?
Yeah,
So.
but it's still the regular size of a comic book for $10. So I don't know. I'm curious.
They were fun.
They were a lot of fun. So there you go. Hopefully, it's just not. I mean, there were like 7 or 8 covers, so it can't just be the covers. There's got to be a little more substance to this for $10, hopefully. So, all right, here we go. We've been talking about it. It's time. It is time. I was trying to put together a checklist last week, and it's so overwhelming. I don't even know where to start, you guys. From Marvel this week, we have King in Black #1 in stores on December 2nd. Darkness Reigns. After a campaign across the galaxy, Null's death march arrives to Earth, and worse yet, he hasn't come alone. With an army of hundreds of thousands of symbiote dragons at his command, the King in Black is a force unlike any Earth's heroes have ever faced. Eddie Brock, aka Venom, has seen firsthand the chaos that even one of Null's symbiotic monsters can wreak. Will he survive the encounter with the god of the abyss himself? From Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman, J.P. Mayer, Frank Martin, and VC's Clayton Cowles comes the definitive chapter in their 2-year-long Venom saga that changed everything you thought you knew about symbiotes. Main cover right there is by Ryan Stegman. The variant cover that is on Dom's side is super freaking cool. That's the Ian Biederman tattoo variant.
Ian Biederman?
Betterman? I don't know. There is a black blank variant that I don't have the cover for.
Would it be black?
What's that? It would be black and blank. Black blank?
Black blank?
The variant that's right here on my side is the Torrin Clark spoiler variant. And of course we can't give you that image because it says spoiler across it. Over there on Dom's side, there is a Peach Momoko variant. So what is that, 3 so far? 3? Then we have the Ryan Stegman Darkness Reigns Dragons variant that's on my side. Over there on Dom's side, you have the Philip Tan Party variant that you can only get at a store that's opting in to host a launch party for the book. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Lionel Francis Yu connecting cover variant that will connect through all 5 issues. So those are all open to order. They're all $5.99. Yeah, if you're 50 of each, says Randy. If you're on Venom, of course we're going to auto sub you to King in Black because that is the most obvious cross pull for this book. If you're not on Venom and you would like the King in Black series, please let us know at least before Monday. We're not done yet though, so hold on to your britches, kids. Also from Marvel this week, also in stores on December 2nd to coincide with the King in Black #1, we have the King in Black #1 Handbook! As the Dark King Null descends on the Marvel Universe, the official handbook turns its focus to all things symbiote with this new collection of profiles. This issue covers not only symbiote hosts such as Venom, Carnage, and Lee Price, but also characters whom symbiotes have affected. Victoria Montesi, Ghost Spider, Gwen Stacy, Dylan Brock, Anne Weying, plus a profile of Null, the King of Black himself, and from the pages of Thor, the All Black, the first symbiote. Cover, right there, the main cover, the only cover, is by the Ohotmu team. I don't know what that means. Apparently a team of folks. That's it. King in Black, guidebook, handbook, #1, $4.99. But wait, there's more! Cashing in on Null and also in stores on December 2nd is Marvel Tales Null #1. Null, the God of Symbiotes, will haunt your nightmares as we celebrate the legacy of the House of Ideas with Marvel Tales. This anthology series shines a spotlight on fan-favorite characters featuring timeless stories and highlights some of Marvel's most impressive talent from the past 8 decades. First, superstar creators Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman introduced Null in crucial chapters of their sensational reinvention of the Venom mythos in Venom #3 and 4 from this same current series. We're already reprinting it, Dom.
Already.
Venom and Miles stand in the way of the symbiote dragon terrorizing Manhattan, but what connects it to Null? In Venom Carnage Born from Cates and Danilo Beyruth, a deadly cult resurrects the serial killer Carnage as an agent of Null, and legendary artist Mark Bagley illustrates Venom's fight for survival in Venom #25 from 2018. It's same, the 25 that just came out, setting the stage for Null's imminent arrival in the epic King in Black. So this is a collection of reprints.
Okay.
It is $7.99, but it has a great freaking cover by In Hyuk Lee. So if you're all in on King in Black, that's something that you're going to want to add to your collection. Okay, next from Marvel this week comes Miles Morales' Spider-Man #21, the climactic conclusion of the Ultimatum saga. Ultimatum's master plan is in motion, and it's way bigger than you expect. Nearly everyone in Miles' orbit and beyond is affected and needs to get in on the battle. And if this issue is the battle, next is the war. Main cover by Javier Garan. There is also a nullified variant by In-hyuk Lee, but I don't have the image for that. So now that's 3. So we had Black Widow, you had Daredevil, now you've got Miles Morales, and there's one more that rhymes with Thor, that is Thor. We'll get to that one in a second, okay? Next from Marvel this week, we have Modoc Head Games #1 of 4. The good news is it's written by Patton Oswalt, so it's going to be hilarious. And Jordan Blum, showrunners of the upcoming animated Marvel's Modoc show on Hulu. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. Comes a journey into the mind of one of the biggest heads in the Marvel Universe. Modoc is the ruthless and brilliant leader of the terrorist organization AIM, outsmarting heroes and outmaneuvering his cutthroat colleagues gunning for his position. But when he begins to be haunted by memories of a family he never had, it leaves him unsure if he is losing his freakishly large mind, or if perhaps there is a lot more to this enormous mind, or if there's something more sinister behind these visions. Main cover is by Cully Hamner. Variant cover over there on Dom's side is by somebody with the name of Dolly. And there's also a Scotty Young variant that we don't have an image for. Of course. So Modoc, #1 of 4, Head Games, written by Patton Oswalt and Jordan Blum. Here's a book that was supposed to come out a while ago. It is being re-solicited and re-FOC'd on Monday. Power Pack, #1 of 5. Power Pack is back. Katie, Julie, Jack, and Alex Power have been superheroing since they were learning to tie their own shoes. It's been ages since they fought side by side as a family, but a special occasion and an old grudge is about to put the gang back together. There's just one teeny tiny hiccup. A brand new law restricting underage superheroes. That's the whole outlawed stuff. But surely, if the fate of all New York City is at stake, the powers that be will make an exception, right? Keep your fingers crossed as the Power siblings fight for their right to to save the world. Main cover on my side is by Ryan Stegman. There's also a Marvel Zombies variant by Billy Martin. That's over there
Billy Martin?
Billy Martin.
Billy Martin.
Steve Martin. I don't know. Okay.
You gonna give me a Billy Martin?
Billy Martin.
Gonna give me a chance?
A chance. Okay, so here's another new one. This is the Union #1 of 5, which happens to be a brand new series based on British characters that's also a tie-in to King in Black, Dom!
Oh my god.
The Union #1. The grand unveiling of the Union, a team of superheroes gathered from all over the UK featuring Union Jack, somebody named Snakes, which I like.
I like that.
Kelpie, Choir, and their fearless leader Britannia, who looks
Kelpie's
an awful...
from Atlantis, right?
I don't know. She's from Loch Ness.
Aquaman's side chick.
Side chick. You know Kelpie? Is that somebody new?
Don't people like eating Kelpie chips, or is that seaweed
That's the
chips?
stuff that
Same
comes
thing.
out of his belly button.
Kelpie's...
Yeah, Kelpie.
That's almost
Comes
as
out of
worse
his
as the
belly button.
Thing picking off his scabby whatever rock.
Scabby.
Scabbies. A team of superheroes gathered from all over the UK featuring Union Jack, Snakes, Kelpie, Choir, and their fearless leader Britannia that looks an awful lot like Wonder Woman. But when disaster strikes on their first public debut in the form of the invasion of Empire, that was a couple months ago,
Yeah.
the fledgling team is immediately pushed to their limits. Don't miss out on an exciting new chapter of Marvel from legendary creators Paul Grist and Andrea DeVito. Main cover on my side is by R.B. Silva. The variant cover that is on Dom's side is by Paul Grist. I like that the Snakes guy just says, "I'm Snakes. They call me Snakes." There is also the Carlos Pacheco variant down here, which features Union Jack fighting one of the Null dragons. And then over there on Dom's side, you have the design variant by R.B. Silva. The Union #1 of 5. Here we go. Next from Marvel this week, we've got Thor #10, The Dark Prison of Donald Blake.
Trump.
For years, Donald Blake has wandered a land far from Midgard, the place he once thought home. Now he has returned to the Ten Realms, but it is not the place that it was, nor he the man who once shared a body with a god. New terrors await in what is perhaps Donny Cates' darkest story yet. Main cover on my side is by Oliver Coipel. Nullified variant on Dom's side is by Ken Lashley. So that's the 4, kids. Black Widow, Daredevil, what was the other one? Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Thor, your first 4 nullified variants on FOC on Monday.
It's like the Flock of Seagulls cover on the first one.
Right? He does. His hair, everything.
He ran so far away.
So far, he's cutting pictures that are bleeding. That doesn't make any sense. He just tied his belt with
Mike's pissed.
tied his belt with a rope. That's
Took his
hardcore.
cane.
That's right. Okay, we're not out of the woods yet, kids. Next from Marvel this week comes X of Swords Destruction, the last part 22 of X of Swords. And as typical Hickman fashion, I have 3 statements. The Wheel of Fortune turns, the unfortunate fall, and a sword against the darkness. That's literally all the description that we have for
I
this.
want you to read it, man.
Main cover on my side is by Pepe Larraz. If you guys saw the local comic shop day post, you know that over there on Dom's side is the local comic shop day variant by Nico
Badass.
Henrichon. I don't know. Featuring magic. There is a Pepe Larraz connecting cover that I don't have an image for. There is a Peach Momoko variant, so that's like
4.
17.4.
Four.
Okay.
4, man.
There is also a Lionel U variant. Don't have an image for that one.
Is that this one?
That's not that one.
Oh.
It's close, but no
I
cigar.
can see it. I don't know. Maybe they can't.
You got the Lionel goggles on?
Yeah, my Lionel Francis Hughes glasses.
Lionel FU goggles. $4.99. X of Swords Destruction numero uno. It's technically a one-shot and it's the last issue. Finally for Marvel this week comes X-Men number 15. Again, here's the 3-statement description. A great division, bitter victories, bitterer hearts? I don't think bitterer is a word,
I don't think so.
Jonathan Hickman. I'm just saying.
Just making it up.
Main cover by Lionel Francis Yu, variant cover by Peach Momoko, so that's 5, I think.
5 Momoko covers.
5 Momoko. Okay, we're done with Marvel, finally. Thank Jesus. That was it.
That's enough.
This next one is super cool. From AWA, artists, writers, and artisans this week comes COVID Chronicles, the softcover. An illustrated feature chronicling 10 personal accounts of life and death from the front lines of COVID-19. These true stories from journalist Ethan Sachs, who was also the writer of Old Man Hawkeye, are brought to vivid life by Dalibor Talajic, who did Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe and Hotel. Originally distributed online by NBC News, these tales of hope amidst devastation are now available in print for the first time, fully colored with behind-the-scenes features. From a man stuck in Wuhan during the initial days of the outbreak, to an ICU nurse in the thick of one of the busiest hospitals in the country, to an Italian opera singer who goes viral while trying to bring hope to his devastated neighborhood, this series takes you where news cameras couldn't go. 144 pages, $9.99 from AWA. That's pretty cool. I think
That's a great concept.
I think it's pretty neat. Okay, from Vault this week. I think this was on FOC last week, but it's on FOC. Was it? They're pretty notorious for that right now.
We're doing a 3-week FOC.
Vault, however, did just announce earlier this week that their entire product line is completely returnable. It used to be just on their issue number 1s, 2s, 3s. The whole damn thing from Vault is returnable into 2021. So thank you guys for doing that. That allows us to put copies on the shelf without having to necessarily worry about financial commitment, because we know that at some point we'll get some money back. Or we'll sell out, which is even better, because we wanted people to read these comics, damn it. So here we go. I Walk with Monsters number 1. We're going to go over it again. In JC's past is the important man who took her brother away. Now JC has David, who sometimes transforms into a terrifying beast. Together they've found a way to live, to hunt, sniffing out men who prey on the vulnerable. But JC and David are about to run into the important man again. From Paul Cornell, who's written Wolverine, Doctor Who, and Elementary, and Sally Cantorino from Last Song and We Have to Go Back, comes a haunting story about the monsters that walk beside us all and sometimes lurk within. My monster comes out on Tuesday when I'm processing diamond stuff. Yeah, it's true. Cover A on my side is by Sally Cantorino. Cover B on Dom's side is by Daniel Gooden. Cover C down here on my side is by Jen Hickman. I Walk with Monsters number 1. We're going to do the same. We're going to make that. If you guys want to try it out, take a look at it, read it. If you don't like it, bring it back. We will make it a no-risk #1 to you. So thanks to Vault for providing that to us so that we can give you guys the chance to read something new, something different. If you don't like it, bring it back, and we'll give you a credit on your account. Okay? All right, from Dynamite this week comes Vampirella #25. There's another one, Dom.
Peach Momoko.
Peach Momoko. In this standalone tale and perfect jumping on point that's also a special horror issue, isn't Vampirella a horror comic?
Apparently not.
I guess not. It's all highbrow economics and trigonometry.
That's what it is.
Ella Normandy has been outed on social media as the space vampire Vampirella, drawing the attention of a wide selection of deeply dysfunctional fans, 2 of whom claim to be ghosts seeking her help to avenge their murders. That's all. That's all we got. Vampirella 25. Cover A by Luccio Perio. Fantastic. I actually really dig this Peach Momoko cover. Even though it looks like spray paint art that you'd see somebody out on the street doing. No, you know the guys that you go to the 16th Street Mall and they're doing the spray paint art? That's kind of what it reminds me of.
That?
Cover C is also fantastic by somebody by the name of Billy Butcher after Russ Meyer. That cover is freaking cool. Cover D on Dom's side is by Ergen Gundas with all of the consonants in the alphabet.
How does an arm move that way?
I don't know. I don't know what it's like. She's doing the Matrix bullet dodge there, dodging those red ghost hands. And then, are you ready for the boobs? Holy moly! That is the cosplay cover right there. Cover E. I think she's trying to channel the Art Germ cover for #1. I think, but that is there's a lot of tatas on that cover.
I don't know how she can fight in that.
I don't either.
It's gonna come out.
I think it's all painted on minus the collar. So cover E is the cosplay cover. Everybody's saving that to their phones for their lock screens right now. There you go, kids. All right. I'm jazzed about this next one. This next one from Aftershock. This has already been optioned, you guys. So get in now. I'm telling you ahead of when it comes out so that we don't have people coming in looking for it the day that it releases.
$30.
Do you guys have Kaiju Score? Because I heard it was optioned. It is optioned. I'm telling you right now. It's already being produced. Kaiju Score #1. This story is just awesome. It's the most dangerous heist ever attempted. 4 desperate criminals are going all in on a once-in-a-lifetime chance to steal millions in art and turn their miserable lives around. The catch is that they have to pull it off under the nose of a 1,000-ton kaiju, and a giant monster might just be the least of their problems. Brought to you by James Patrick, who's written for Grim Fairy Tales and Death Comes to Dillinger, with art by Rem Brew, The End Times of Brahm and Ben, and Terminal Protocol. The Kaiju Score is what happens when a Quentin Tarantino film takes place smack in the middle of a Godzilla movie. So there you go. People trying to steal stuff amidst a kaiju invasion. Kaiju Score #1.
It's a great distraction.
Right? Absolutely. Don't look over there. Look at that building that just toppled.
Just one down.
I got some. Yeah. Okay, from Oni this week, we have Rick and Morty presents The Jaguar #1. Just a one-shot. It's one of their quarterly feature books where they spotlight one of the characters from their ridiculous show. The Jaguar. Jerry takes Rick's portal gun to go and explore some alien planet he sees advertised on interdimensional cable. Whilst he's there, he unwittingly commits genocide. In typical Jerry fashion. Hi, Chris.
Jaguar.
The planet's government decrees that Jerry Smith must be hunted down and executed for his actions, of course, because he committed genocide. The planet hires the best killing machine they can think of, who is Jaguar. Cover A is by Mark Ellerby. Cover B on Dom's side. This guy or gal's name is Soli. Soli. Cover B. Cover B on your side.
That is
Soli for the Jaguar. Just a one-shot. Okay? We're close, guys. We're real close. Not really. From Zenoscope this week, we have Belle Targeted Prey #1. Just a one-shot. Belle's life is far from normal, and she knows that. With life hunting and fighting mythical beasts, protecting the world from the darkest secrets they can't handle. But what happens when the hunter becomes the hunted? Belle is going to find out, as she has made it to the top of the list of one of the deadliest beings to ever exist, and they won't be coming alone. Don't miss this adrenaline-soaked story like you have never seen before. Cover A on my side is by Igor Vitorino. Cover B on Dom's side is by Josh, another chesty LaRue cover by Josh Burns. Yamahama. And cover C down here, look at the size of that axe. Where do you store an axe that size, Dom? How do you walk around with that? Let alone swing around on top of buildings.
In the movie. Where'd she hide that sword?
I don't know. Well, you saw it when she was in that blue dress. It was right down the back of
yeah, it was. I guess.
Clenching it with her butt cheeks of steel.
Some cold steel there.
Cover C is by Maria Sanapo. So 3 different covers.
Girl, you got a big axe.
You think she's got an axe to grind? Ba-dum-bumps!
Oh, Lord.
$5.99 for this titubular one-shot. But wait, there's more. Also from Zenoscope this week comes Cinderella Bloody Christmas Annual 2020. Have you missed her? Because she has missed you.
Obviously.
So creamy. Cinderella is back and is making a list and planning to kill everyone on it twice. This holiday season, don't miss the return of the Grimm universe's most insane societally different resident as she takes on Krampus in the North Pole. Oh, and holiday cheer somehow. Don't eat the red snow this winter. Cover A is by Igor Vitorino. I don't like it so much. I don't like cover B either. He's got so many.
Reminds me of what they're gonna do to me, John.
He's got. I don't know if that mouth that is his pectoral mouth is eating a candy cane or smoking a candy cane cigar, but it's creepy. I don't like that one. That is by somebody with the last name of White. But wait, kids, the C cover, holy moly! Jay Anceloto channeling crazy blonde murder lady. She's got to be cold out there in that snow. She's thigh high in snow with nothing but a bikini and some shorts on. And she's got that crazy look on her face, Tom.
That's probably why, man.
That's your surgeon's going to walk into your colon eye with like katanas like that. So
they're going to do a resection.
That's right. A, B, and C, just a one-shot. Cinderella Bloody Christmas Annual 2020. $7.99 for any one of those 3 covers. Okay?
Craziness.
Is she fingering his mouth abs?
We're not.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Not going there.
Okay, that brings us to our subsequent print speculation section. I gotta think of a better name.
Hey, bro. Are you second prints?
We do.
Oscar, we
certainly do. Second print crackhead. And it's all Marvel this week, kids. From Marvel, we have the reason that we bring attention to this stuff is because second prints are always under-ordered. Print runs are smaller, so sometimes they go up in value. At first, they were going crazy, and now they're just kind of sticking around cover price. But here you go. Champions #1 is getting a second print. I don't have images for any of these. Excalibur #13 is getting a second print. Warhammer 40K Marnius Calgar #1.
That was a hot one.
Yeah. That was also on FOC last week, so apparently they didn't get enough orders of their second print #1, so they need some more. And then X-Men #12 is getting a third print. So there you go. There's your 4 second prints subsequent prints from Marvel. And that brings us to the Who Does #2 Work For segment. That's the answer.
Who does #2 work for? Who does #2 work for?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
That cutscene doesn't bother me as much as that stupid thing cover where he's picking one of the rocks off of it.
Right.
Okay. This is a segment where we spotlight issue #2s that are on FOC. You might have picked up issue #1 this week or last. If you enjoyed it, please let us know so that we can either add it to your subscription or so that you can pull a copy and not miss out on the story in case it sells out here at the store. So up first from Aftershock this week, #1 just came out yesterday. Sympathy for No Devils #2. The world's largest colossal has been murdered, and Winston Wallace, the last human in a world of monsters, has been called in to solve it. Wynn will need to lean on his ability to be impossibly lucky in order to solve this case and survive it. From Brandon Thomas, the writer of Excellence, and Lee Ferguson, the critically acclaimed creators of the mini adventures of Miranda Mercury, comes a bold new series filled with murder, mystery, monsters, and magic. Main cover is by Lee Ferguson. So, Sympathy for No Devils, number 3. From Boom Studios this week. This one came out last week. We have Dune House. I still can't say the name. Nobody came in to tell me how to pronounce House Atreides? Atreides? Tidy Whities? I don't know. Dune number 2. The acclaimed prequel to the groundbreaking Dune continues in comic book form for the first time. Pardo Kynes, I don't know any of these names, arrives on Arrakis, I don't know if I'm saying any of this right, to begin research into terraforming the desert planet, but the merciless Baron Harkonnen has plans of his own. Meanwhile, the sadistic Harkonnens brutally test a young slave named Duncan Idaho, and Leo Atreides meets with the pioneers of space travel technology, taking the first steps toward his incredible destiny. Atreides. There we go. Atreides. Atreyu. We don't have cover A. Cover A is the main cover. It's done by Jay Lee. I agree.
He's making it creamy. That's why.
That's so
that
creamy. It's Jay Lee. What about was it Soli? This is the B cover on your screen right there by J.G. Jones.
Freaking bullfighter?
It is, but that bull's got 4 horns.
Oh, that's not good.
You mess with the bull, you get all 4 horns.
All 4 of the horns.
That's right. From Dark Horse this week, here's another one that just came out yesterday. Colonel Weird Cosmagog, number 2 of 4. This is part of the world of Black Hammer.
Black Hammer.
Forced by cosmic powers to watch eternity unfold simultaneously, a dazed Colonel Weird wanders dazed through the counterculture movement of the 60s, his own origins, and a murder investigation, struggling to find a way out of the pattern. Main cover on my side is by Tyler Crook. The variant cover on Dom's side is by John McCrae.
It's like a freak's brother.
It does. It's Colonel Weird Cosmagog, number 2 of 4. Okay? From IDW this week, we have Marvel Action Chillers, number 2. Doctor Strange and Ironheart's search for the secrets of the Darkhold lead to another chilling tale of fright, as they uncover the secret tale of a teenage monster slayer, Elsa Bloodstone, coming up against a werewolf in Captain America's clothing. Capwolf.
Wow.
Part 2 of this frightfully thrilling bi-weekly event that is all ages, and it's kid-friendly, spooky Marvel horror.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
That makes some good stuff on that.
Marvel Action Chillers, number 2. Also from IDW this week, it sucks because number 1 hasn't come out. I think it comes out next week. Scarant Hood, number 2. Cormac and his daughter Scooper. Why would you name your kid Scooper?
I don't know.
That's just
Unless you think they're
Pooper Scooper would be the insult of choice for anybody. Cormac and his daughter Scooper haven't hung out much lately. He's been trying to learn more about the thing he disturbed underneath the village hall, why it's dogging him, and whether its connection to the disappearance of a child 4 decades earlier. And while her dad's been so busy and her mum is not at home, Scooper has found a new friend to take special care of her. That sounds weird.
Uh-oh.
Will a father-daughter stroll through the woods, bring them closer together, or tear them apart? Nick Roach from Transformers, Spider-Man, and Chris O'Halloran from Ice Cream Man are on babysitting duties.
Huh.
He said duties. Scarant Hood, number 2 of 4. Also from IDW. IDW's got a lot on FOC number 2s this week. Transformers Back to the Future, number 2 of 4. Great Scott! Marty McFly's woken up to a present where Hill Valley has been enslaved by the Decepticons. And not only that, but when a time machine arrives from the future to help, Marty finds out that Doc Brown isn't the only one with a flux capacitor. Gigawatt, an Autobot, has one built in. To discover the secrets of his present, Marty will have to trust this mysterious stranger on a trip to the future.
I like how they incorporated Gigawatt.
I do too. That's pretty awesome. Cover A on my side is by Juan Samu. Cover B on Dom's side is by Phil Murphy. Transformers Back to the Future, number 2 of 4. Alright guys, hopefully you picked up a copy last week. Hopefully you had time to sit down and read it, because number 2 is on FOC on Monday. The Scumbag, number 2. The Central Authority meets Ernie's demands to help save the world, and he meets his new partner, Sister Mary. Together they uncover a terrible plot by the terrorist group Scorpionus. I just love that that's the name of the terrorist group. Will Agent Scumbag help stop them or join for a bump in pay? Cover A is by Andrew Robinson, who's also doing the interiors for issue number 2. Cover B on Dom's side is by Matteo Scalera. So Scumbag number 2 is on FOC on Monday. So if you picked up a copy last week, hopefully you had a chance to sit down and read it and how ridiculous it is, and you want to add it to your subscription so that you don't miss out. Scumbag number 2. From Marvel this week, Werewolf by Night number 2 of 4. Night of the Creeps. Jake's attempt to get to the bottom of his company's questionable practices leads to an all-out monster brawl. As Werewolf by Night gets in over his head, Red Wolf and the law are getting closer. With Jake's entire life in chaos, the only way out may be to fully embrace the secret history of the Werewolf by Night. Main cover right there is by Mike McCone. That's it. Number 2 of 4 on FOC on Monday. From Oni this week, we've got Rick and Morty Ever After number 2. This one just came out yesterday. A knight, a sorcerer, and a witch walk into a tavern. Just kidding, bro. There's a tavern, but also some crazy fairy tale madness. Can Rick and Sir Marius save the children of Avalonia? Can Morty get out of his Tower of Solitude? Does anyone else need a drink? I do. Cover A on my side is by Emmett Helen. Cover B on Dom's side is by Sarah Stern, who is local, lives here in Denver. That's awesome.
Sarah Stern did the coloring, right?
She did the coloring on our Scumbag and our Undiscovered Country books. So
it's amazing. Very cool.
Finally, number 2, Valiant this week. This one should have been out way before the shutdown. We've got Exo Manowar. Hopefully people remember. I don't know if people still care. A new threat emerges from the fires of Exo's latest battle. Can Exo save the day, or does the world need a new kind of hero? Main cover on my side is by Christian Ward. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Netho Diaz. That is it, kids. That's all. The last bit that we are going to leave you with today is the complete list broken down by publisher. Up first, we've got all the DC books. There's no item codes, so you just have to copy that description into a web browser to try and look those things up. But after we get through the DC stuff, everything is broken down from Diamond by publisher with an item code in this column right here. So do we want to check for... I just typed it up this morning, so I don't know that anything's going to be up. But let's see if we can find one of those nullified Marvel variants. Let's go for maybe Daredevil. How about we do that?
DC, Daredevil. There's all 25, or there's a Pena.
That's the Opinion nullified. So all you have to do is to copy that item code, paste that into a web browser of your choice. The very first item, search result that's going to come up is the previewsworld.com listing for that item.
Ready?
Let's see. No whammies, no whammies. Stop. Oh. Can we try the Spawn local comic shop day? If you go back to the type up, if you go up to image, which is just above you, LCSD 2020 Spawn 312 cover E McFarlane. Nope, keep going up. See all the LCSD ones there at the top of your screen?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just curious if the Comics Pro people said you're gonna want to see this cover, and I don't know if it's been uploaded yet, so we're gonna check for you. This is what you can do throughout the weekend. Nope, nothing. So take some time. You've got all day today, Friday, Saturday, and part of the day Sunday into Monday to go through this list. Check it twice, figure out who's naughty and nice, get your orders into us. You can send us a message via Facebook Messenger. You can email us at hojcomics@gmail.com. You can call the shop, 303-484-9103. Operators are standing by to take your FOC orders right now. You can send a letter via carrier pigeon as long as it gets here by Sunday at 11 a.m. for DC or Monday at 11 a.m. for everybody else. We can get whatever it is that you would like ordered for you. Okay?
Sounds good.
That was it. That's
a long one, man.
stupid long show. 92 pictures we went through, you guys, and that's not even counting some of the stuff that's not available. So, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate the time. Make sure you check out tonight. We will be on. We're going to try to make it 4:30 to 7. We got a very cool Halloween stream sale planned for you. Same bat time, same bat channel. So join us tonight, 4:30 to 7, and we'll see you this weekend. Have a happy Halloween. Be safe out there. Stay warm. I'm John.
I'm Dom.
Have a good one.